Hey all, happy Monday. It's Alicia and I'm back here with our next favorite homeschool resource and continuing along the math theme. I'm going to do one more math supplemental resource, and that is Ctc Math. Ctc Math is an online resource. It's really pretty full and comprehensive. You could honestly use it as a standalone curriculum. How we incorporate it though is just to go in and fill in those gaps that I mentioned, and it's really comprehensive, and you're able to track progress and figure out where they're going, and this is crazy. It goes from kindergarten all the way to like trigonometry. It's full range, and it's one set price. It's not super cheap, but it's one set subscription price per family instead of per student, which is great for me because again, I have 4 kiddos right now currently homeschooling, so individual subscriptions add up pretty quickly. So anyway, we're going to look here at the screen. Okay, so it's called Ctc Math, and this guy, from the accent, you can kind of tell he comes from probably Australia. I think it's Australia. And also this helps with those of you that are struggling with kiddos that are in school learning Common Core, and you're like, I don't know how to do this. A lot of this stuff is Common Core, and they're able to have someone explain it for you, so that's really good. Anyway, here's the dashboard. Once I logged in, it can be pretty intimidating. There's a lot going on here, but let me walk you through some of the key features. When you go to the home screen, they have the task that you have assigned. They tell you every single time the kid has logged in and what they got, what score they got on what lesson. And they have a running total of how your kids are doing on all the things you've assigned. If you go to task, you have the option of, and this is, I really love this, you can search particular subject matters. You can search particular topics, so and find it, and it's by grade level. You can hide the grade level, which I love because sometimes it works both ways. I don't want to discourage my kids when they are working on something that's below their age graded level, and also I don't want them to get complacent when they're working on things that are above their level, so to speak. So I usually hide the grade level all the time because there's no benefit, in my opinion, for them knowing what grade it would be typically assigned to. So anyway, if you go into task, you can add task here, and you can set when the dates are. So in theory, I've not done this because honestly, I'm not this organized. In theory, you can go and assign it in the future, but you set a beginning due date and an ending due date. Even the time, I always do mine at noon because generally my kids are dismissed at noon. They can go and do their independent activities, their free time or whatever after 12 noon. So you set the date. Description, that's really something you want to use. Sometimes I'll put division review, whatever that if I've picked out topics by subject matter. Add recipient. So here you have all of your kiddos that are included in here. Go lessons, and here is the really cool part. So you can search by, we said we're doing division, search by keyword. So I put division in here. Then you can, I'm sorry, not trigonometry. It goes, nope, trigonometry and calculus. I was right. It goes to both of them. Anywho, you can pick what grade level if you want to do by grade level. A lot of the times, and this goes into how we incorporate it, I will do all streams and not do it by grade level, but rather go through and say, you know what, I'm going to do, like on here, they did all the 4th grade ones, but I'll pick from different grade levels because there's some overlap. And this little I here, I don't know why it's I, but this little yellow I denotes lessons that have been assigned to another task. So basically my kids have already done this lesson. So you can go through and pick which ones you want to do. If you're like, I'm not sure what they're going to cover in that, you go down here and you can preview the lesson. So it's pretty cool. You go video. This is what the kid would see. You are viewing a student program. So this is what
multiplication and division by tens.
Isn't his accent awesome?
Etc.
I'm going to let you see a little bit of this.
When multiplying by a 10 or 100 or 1,000, we move the decimal point 1, 2, or 3 places to the right. Let's look at some examples.
They walk through the examples step by step.
0.7 times 10. Now 0.7, we'll write that down by illustration on the right there. If we multiply by 10, we move the decimal point 1 to the right. So we're just moving it one place.
Okay, I think you get the point here, but I paused it. Then after they've watched the videos, and they can skip the videos if you don't designate that they have to watch the videos. So again, like with the Horizon Math, when my kids say, I have questions about this, I say, okay, but did you watch the video? Because don't come ask me unless you've already watched the video. If you've already watched the video, then fine, we can talk through it. I will oftentimes have to watch it with them and kind of think it through, but if you haven't watched the video, come back after you've watched the video. So they watch the video, then they can start questions. They answer the questions, and they go through this. Oh gosh, I probably should have done one that I think this is right. It might be. Oh, of course it's wrong. Anyway, look, I did that on purpose. Let's say we did that on purpose. When you get it wrong, it says you got it wrong. You go to the next question. You keep going. I'm going to get this wrong as well, I'm sure. Oh, okay. Anyway, so clearly I need this guy to explain how to multiply decimals, because that is not a thing that I remember how to do. So, I knew, see, look, anyway, I want to go through this so that you can see. I'm going to move this over 2 zeros. I think I remember now. Here we go. Bam. Look, I'm learning something. Anywho, so you go through, you answer all the questions. There's generally about 10 questions. Move this over 3 zeros. 4, 8, 2. One more zero. Yeah? 1, 2. Okay. Yes! Look at that. Even adults can get it. Anywho, so you go through this. When you're done with the questions, it will tell you, I'm just going to fill in stuff so that I can get to the end of it. It will tell you what your score was. Oh. Look, and it switched it. So it switched how you do it. So you can really just not get in the pattern of doing it, and you can learn. You didn't know you were logging on to watch me do math problems, did you? Okay. Anyway. Oh. It moved it over 1. Oh, look! I'm proud of me. Watch. Okay. Anywho. This should not be this exciting, but it is. Okay. Yes. Okay. I got those last ones correct. Anywho, I got a 60, which we'll celebrate because, yeah, I haven't reviewed multiplying decimals anytime in the recent, in my recent history. So anyway, so when it gets here, this is what the kid is looking at. They can generate report, which they typically won't do, but when they get older, I would recommend that you show them how to generate the report, because they can go back and review and print this out and see what it is that they got wrong. I love this on here because you can also use this as an option to have them print this out and show you, so you don't have to check on the computer, even though all of this will be emailed to you, which I'll show you later. But if they took like 30 seconds to do this, you can say, no sir, you didn't apply yourself, you didn't try, go and redo it. So here is that doohickey. So, and then also you can ask more questions, because maybe you have a really motivated kid who said, you know what, I need more practice, so I'm going to ask for more questions, and then you can continue to the next question, the next lesson rather, that is
now,
required.
So
as much as I love your accent, we're going to close out of you. So that is what that would look like to the kids. I'm back at the task. So long story short, what we were doing was previewing the task. Also, they have summaries that is an actual PDF that you can print out, and some of these have been really useful. I've printed them out and have them up on the wall in the kids where I have their little, it's a computer closet. We have a closet that's in our what should be a game room but is a school room, where we put the computer. When I'll print up little key charts and references. So some of these are really useful, and I've printed those out. So there's a summary of the lesson, and you can basically, this is when you're doing the task, you can go through and see what all the lesson encompasses. So you go through, you click whatever you want to lesson. You can mix these up. You can do different things. So I have those on there. And then let's say I want my kid to review kindergarten, counting to 5. We need to talk about counting to 5 again. So I'm adding that one and go into geometry, and they need to know the types of quadrilaterals. So I'm putting all of that in there. Anyway, you have these, you can put them in order. They have options where you can print out a worksheet. I'm not a fan of the worksheets, although I like paperwork. My kids already have Horizon Math on paper, so I will forego the worksheets a lot of times. You can make it where the kid can choose or insist that they do online questions. And you can also, I always leave this on, that they attempt their questions and reach their passing grade. And on their profile, you can determine what that passing grade is. So that's great. So you know if the kid is, really needs to just have a baseline, and you can set the grade lower. You can set it at a 70 or an 80. They just need a basic understanding. Or if you know the kid can do it and you need them to apply themselves and not play around, set that grade, that passing grade higher. You can set it to a 90. You can set it to 100. I usually do about a 90 for most of my kids, because no silly mistakes. We have to cut out the silly mistakes. Anywho, you go through that. What else do they have that you can designate? Okay, here we go. Hide year level of lessons is an option. And you can say if the lessons need to be completed in order. So if you're doing something intentionally where the skills are building upon themselves, you can insist that they're done in order. And I always leave this checked. Automatically email the task report when the task falls due. So I get emails if you guys haven't figured this out yet, especially you that are new to distance learning, don't commingle your personal email address and the kids' school academic email addresses. They have a email address that I use just for academics, so that I'm not bombarded with all this kind of stuff when I'm trying to figure out if I pay my light bill or whatnot. So they have their own email address, and I already secured my kids' first and last name email addresses, because it's probably not going to be available 10 years from now or when they're of job hunting age. So anyway, that's a side note. I'm getting off track. So once you have determined what the task is going to be, you can title these division review, or you don't even need to bother with that. But if you want to title them, you can. I just put my girls on here and then press save task. So when the kid logs on, I'm going to switch to student view. When the kid logs on, I'll log in as Lucy, and this is right from the parent dashboard. Log in at Lucy. You can see this is hers is pink because clearly it needed to be pink. Go to task and look, the task that I just assigned is on there. So or no, I take that back. This is the task that they are actually assigned. Next week, the task that I just put on there will show up here. So they know they don't have to overthink it. They just go straight to their page, go to task. what they need to be working on is right here. So I'm going to go back to the parent view and show you a couple more features. If I can get to it from here. Maybe I can't. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, Ctc. Follow me, people. Parent login. Okay, we're back where we were. Home screen. It talks about all the active tasks here. I can, as I just did, log in as my kid to see what my kids see. Tools you can go through, and it's really data intensive. This program is super data intensive. You can go through and just browse the lessons. There's a scope and sequence. Let me see if I remember how to get to it. You can do detailed lesson report. So this is really good too for teachers with lots of kids. Let me see. Download checklist for first grade. So yeah, look, you can do a checklist that you can print out and kind of have something offline or analog that you can see and compare. This is the first grade checklist. I love this program. Anyway, it's great. So question bank, you can add your own questions. I don't bother with that because that's a lot. And okay, so I'm going to say, yeah, it's a future task on there. That's why it didn't show up on hers. These are the tasks that my kids currently have assigned, and then this one is expired. That means it shows, so I can go in and edit the task. I can go in and reassign it, things like that. I can add a diagnostic test. So you can do a diagnostic test that is between, like, I think it's 10 questions to 40 questions. You can go more comprehensive to kind of give you an idea where to start your kid. This is a really hashed out, well done program. And here, I want to show you, it's good to log in, but you don't have to log in because they will email you. This is an example of a weekly report that went to my email. It shows how many times they signed in per kid, how many days, so per day, not just per thing, how many lessons they actually looked at, how many they actually completed, how many tasks they completed. That's the whole set of lessons that you've assigned, if you did any diagnostic test, and what they scored on it. And certificates, a certificate is, you get that when you've completed an entire subject matter for a grade level. So that only happens if everything that they've considered, let's say for shapes or fractions for fourth grade, if you've done all the fourth grade fractions lesson, so you will get a certificate. It also prints it out as a PDF. It's like, if you're a numbers person, a data person, this is really friggin' awesome. Like, it does an efficiency rating. It just really goes into deep numbers about how your kid's doing in math. But anywho, this is an example. They emailed me a certificate when my 8-year-old completed third grade chance. These, you don't have to, they just emailed it automatically. And as basic as this might look, when my kids get platinum or gold, that means like an A-ish or B-ish, or A-ish or 100. Platinum is 100, only 100, and then gold is like an A-ish. When they get that, I'll print them out and they're like, yes, and I'll put them on the whiteboard, and they like to, puff their chest out about that, and it's great. Anyway, easy peasy incentive to just incorporate. And yeah, okay, that's it. I wanted to tell you that if you're interested in getting Ctc Math, I don't get commission on this. It would be nice, but I don't. Google Ctc Math and Homeschool. So Homeschool discount, Ctc Math. Very important, because if you don't, and go to homeschoolers.ctc math, if you don't, you're going to be paying twice as much as this, because it's half price for homeschoolers, and half price is $148 for the whole family. I don't remember how much it is for non-homeschoolers or one kid, because I don't even remember what I think. It's you can try it out for as a free trial. There's a free trial, and then you can try it. I think it's a $19.95 a month. So if you only want it, say, for the summer months to supplement, you can do $19.95 a month. But I just pay for the whole 18 months because I think it's $148 for the whole 18 months. Will it let me? Okay, bam. That's what I was looking for. Single membership with the homeschool discount. You can read. I don't need to read this for you. So basically, that's it. It's been well worth it. My kids are, I don't want to say they're lukewarm. Some love it more than others, but I don't care because it gets the job done. It has really helped me not have to relearn everything. How about that? And not have to keep up with 4 different kids relearning. So I kind of like relearning stuff. I really like relearning stuff, but not on a schedule because I don't have time for that. Unfortunately, I have to do stuff like make Thanksgiving dinner like I'm doing this week. Anywho, Ctc Math, the resource is Ctc Math. And how we implement it as a supplement. I will assign things for the kids to get done before Friday. Screen time, my kids only get recreational screen time outside of like family movies and stuff on Fridays after they've completed all their schoolwork, all their assignments. So that's check out. If I've given them Ctc Math for the week, you got to get it done before the screens come on Friday. The third question, I forgot the third question. I really need notes. So the third question is anywho, this is how you get it. I think you know everything you need to know. So tomorrow we are off of math, or at least we're going to take a break from math because I think there's a couple of more resources that I want to talk about in terms of math. But I will take a break from math and talk about something else tomorrow. See you guys. Thank you for your time. Anything you want me to cover, any kind of questions you have, please interact in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, because I'm trying to grow a community here. So I would love your support, and just know that this is actually reaching people and helping people, so that you guys can learn, flatten the learning curve that I've endured for the past 10-ish plus years. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye.